What if the fastest way to improve is to deliberately put yourself in a situation where you're not completely comfortable? Today in New York, I interviewed Rob Kenner, and for me, this was much bigger than another interview. Hi, I'm Alexis Onestas, the Book Strategy. Welcome to Book Strategies Daily. Every day, I share one lesson from building OmaxBooks internationally. Let's build. Rob Kenner is the author of The Marathon Don't Stop, the biography of Nipsey Hussle that we are publishing in French through OmaxBooks. He also a journalist who helped launch Vibe magazine with Quincy Jones and has spent decades interviewing some of the biggest names in hip hop culture. And today, I had to interview him in English. That last part matters because this was my first real interview in English. And apparently, for my first one, I decided to interview someone who has literally been doing interviews personally for decades. So, yes, I felt pressure. But while preparing for it, I realized some things. I've actually been doing this for a long time. When I was 16 years old, I had a small fanzine. I was already interviewing French rappers. At that time, getting access to artists I admired felt incredible. Years later, I'm sitting in New York interviewing someone who has personally documented a major part of hip hop history. Different country, different language, different level, but strangely, the same curiosity. And that gave me one important lesson today. If you always operate at the level where you already feel comfortable, you're probably not giving yourself enough opportunities to grow. Sometimes you need to deliberately raise your difficulty. Speak the language you're still learning. Enter the room that intimidates you. Interview the interviewer. Pitch the person who understands pitches. Present your business to people who know your industry better than you do. Not because you're guaranteed to be perfect, but because the challenge forces you to prepare differently. It forces you to listen differently. And afterward, your definition of what feels difficult changes. That's something I want to keep doing while building Omax books and book strategies. I don't want every next step to simply prove what I already know how to do. Some of them should force me to become better. And today did exactly that. So here my question for you. What challenge are you avoiding because you don't feel ready yet, but that could actually make you better? If this episode is useful to you, follow Book Strategies Daily, leave a 5-star rating, and share it with someone who needs to challenge themselves a little more. You can find me on X, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Instagram, Alexis Honestas. I'm not documenting success, I'm documenting the process. You're listening to Book Strategies Daily. Follow the journey. I will see you tomorrow.